Hey, what's up, guys? This is Chris. I thought I'd make one more video before I start my day. I get, over the years and over the months and over the days, I get a lot of people asking me the same questions over and over again at times. And they ask me things like, why do I invest only in physical silver and gold, and I don't play the paper game? Well, I've mentioned that several times, why I don't do it. But I want to explain why I choose physical silver and physical gold. At this point, if you don't know, places like JP Morgan are manipulating the prices of the precious metals by constantly dumping paper into the market. Well, you haven't researched. There are plenty of lawsuits right now going on with places like JP Morgan that have shown that in the past they have done it. And you'll notice they'll make billions and trillions of dollars off you, but they'll get fined a couple of million. So just imagine if you're a thief and you steal, let's say, $50,000 from a place, and you get pulled over and arrested, and they say, all right, you're not going to get any jail time, you're not going to get in trouble, we're not even going to mention it, but you're going to have to pay a $10,000 fine. Well, who wouldn't want to do robbing of people and places for the rest of their lives? Because that person's going to sit there and say, okay, I just got caught stealing $50,000, I'm not going to jail, they're not even going to punish me, and they just slapped me on the wrist with a $10,000 fine? Okay, I walked away with $40,000. Sounds good to me. Well, this is what these banks do. And that's why they get away with all the things they get away with. Because they are constantly stealing billions and trillions of dollars from you, and they get caught. No jail time. Media doesn't expose them. They only have to pay a certain amount of a fee, which is less than what they stole from you. So, we don't say anything. They continue to do it, and we think it doesn't affect us. But yet, as prices rise, things get more expensive, and more of your wealth is stolen, and your dollar is more and more depreciating, well, it's coming from us indirectly, but it's still affecting us. Now, let me ask you something. Then this is one of the reasons why I choose physical silver over paper silver. Because you can make money in the paper market, if you know what you're doing. The average person out there, as you can clearly see, doesn't really know what they're doing. Now, I'm not talking about our subscribers and people that really inform themselves. I'm talking about the average person that just goes on some online trading thing and says, oh, I'm going to make $20,000 off of a $500 investment, and wonder why they end up getting cleaned out. So let me ask you something. If you were to go out of your house right now and go to any store in the town that you live in, what do you think would be easier to find? Something that was made of physical silver or physical gold, or something made of paper? Which do you think would be easier to find in any store? Unless you live in Silvertown or Goldtown, USA, I am sure you are going to say that anything made of paper is going to be a lot easier to find in any random store. So here's the thing. They cannot, as far as I know, and unless you're a chemist and can prove otherwise, they cannot make silver. They can pull it out of the ground, but it's not an easy process. Paper, cut down a tree, make paper. Unlimited amounts of trees anywhere you go. I guarantee you can look out your window and find a bunch of them. I guarantee if you look out your window, you're not going to see silver lying on the ground. So the point of the matter is, there is more paper than there is actual physical metals, especially gold, especially platinum. So the point is, that's why they use this scam of printing all of this paper in the form of SLV and GLD, with the reward of, if you know what you're doing, you can make lots of profit. But the average person that may try and go long on something like silver or gold will always get hammered. Those are the people who don't know what they're doing. Because all they have to do is start putting a couple of million ounces of paper silver into the market and flood the market. It totally destroys their position. They lose all of their money. A fool and his money is soon parted. Now, when it comes to physical silver, we have to understand something. I know people get frustrated, and I know people want things to happen overnight. It just doesn't work that way. But look in the grand scheme of things. Where was the price of silver and gold 5 years ago? Well, 5 years ago, gold was around between $600 and $800 an ounce, and silver was around $12 to $20 an ounce. Last time I checked, those are both lower than what the prices are we see now, even when it dropped. Now, think of silver and gold 5 years before that. Well, then at that point, you're talking silver was around $3 to $8 an ounce, and gold was around $275 to about $350 an ounce. So do you see where we're getting at? It's taking an uptrend. Nothing goes like this in the physical market. You will see down trends because of the fact that people like JP Morgan, they flood the markets with paper silver, and it affects the physical price, which means the smart people like you and I who are actually investing in physical silver can take advantage of these dips. But you have to look long term. Long term is not a couple of months. Long term is not a year. Long term is between 5 and 8 years. Because you will see that the prices will continue to slowly go up and up unless there is a crash in the market and there ends up the devaluation of the dollar becomes imminent. Then you will see it shoot even further up. But until that happens, as long as they have the ability to keep pumping paper silver and paper gold into the market, it's going to be frustrating because they want you out. Because they know the average person just cannot sit around waiting 5 years. Well, I bought all of my gold. Now, I don't have hundreds of ounces, I wish. I have less than 10 ounces of gold. But I bought my gold when it was around $650 an ounce. So even with these declines, do I seem upset? Absolutely not. I bought silver between 12 and 22. I bought some above it. I even bought about 10 to 12 ounces at $48. It's not my average, but I'm not worried about the price. I'm worried about the quantity. And every time they lower this price, it's another sale opportunity for us to get the physical and take it off the market to make it more difficult for them. Because like I said earlier in this video, it's easier to find paper than it is to find a precious metal on the street. So they have to come up with these things when people start smartening up and saying, you know what, I want my physical silver. I don't want to trade the paper anymore. So people are always wondering, when are we going to get that $100 silver everybody talks about? Well, first of all, I don't talk about $100 silver. But the potential of that happening is not going to happen while people like JP Morgan and the governments just allow these things to happen, where they just slap them on the wrist for stealing from you. So I know people get excited by watching other people's YouTube channels because they're more entertaining or more exciting, and they say the things that you want to hear. You can't base your life on that, on the emotional part. Because, like, for example, I was telling people about the price of silver and how you don't want to wait until the rock bottom. Now, you'll get plenty of people out there that'll make videos saying things like, oh, silver's going to go to 20, silver's going to go to 15, silver's going to go to 10, and that's very exciting. And trust me, I, being a buyer of physical silver, if silver dropped down to 10, I would sell my house to buy it. I mean, who wouldn't want that if you're a buyer at that price? But the realistic situation is I just don't see it happening. And as you see, earlier today, silver was down to $29.30. It is now $29.87. Now, does that mean it can't go down again lower? Of course it can, but if it doesn't, you missed an opportunity. So, like I said in my other video, I don't see silver going past 28. And in the past 2 years, have any of us seen silver go below 26? So I know it's a popular thing to hear other people say, oh, it's going to drop down to nothing, and it's going to be $20 to $15. And people, that's what they want to hear. But don't use emotion. Use common sense. It doesn't mean it can happen, but until it does, that's wonderful things. But you notice the majority of those people that are talking about that stuff and get all these thousands of views, they have AdSense. They have donation buttons. They want your money. I'm here not asking for anything. There is no donation button. There is no advertisements. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But if they're doing their videos just to get you suckered into going to their channel so they can make money, then they're doing it for the wrong reasons. If somebody is actually because they're poor or they need extra money and they're making videos legitimately and just happen to have advertisements, then there's nothing wrong with it. But the people that are doing the dishonesty know when they're being dishonest. And that's why I will never have advertisements on my channel, because I'm not looking to gain anything from this. I'm trying to help people. And these powers that be, these elite people, will wait however long it takes to get their goals achieved. Because they know the average person doesn't have the patience to be able to take a couple of years to maybe even a decade to have things end up the way they want. I'm not afraid to wait. But I'm not going to wait forever. If there isn't a collapse within the next 5 or 6 years, I'm going to be cashing out. And I guarantee you, silver and gold, 5 to 8 years from now, will be a hell of a lot higher than it is now just like it's been higher than it was 5 years ago, and just as it was higher than 5 years before that. Look at the Dow Jones. How long has it been struggling between 11 and 13,000? A lot longer than the prices of gold and silver. So I know when people see those drops, I know people get frustrated. And I think the worst thing that happened was silver getting close to $50 because it spoiled people. And it made them think, oh, well, you know, that's now it's going to go to the moon. We're not there yet. As long as there's manipulation, it's not going to change. But I'm sorry to say that I'm not going to be the one trying to make the popular video. I'm not going to get thousands of people. I'm not going to get people to love me. I'm not going to have this fancy backgrounds and all these things because I'm here just to speak the truth. I'm not here for popularity. I'm not here to get people to visit my channel so I can make money off of you. So you can either go by emotion and follow people that just talk about different things all the time and make it exciting and make it controversial just so you can like them or agree with them. And I'm not saying everybody does it, but there are some. And those people know who they are. And it's not the people you might think I'm trying to not talk about. I've seen hundreds of people's different videos. So I'm not singling anybody out. So if they think they're being singled out, well, then that's their own thing. But this is the thing. My channel will never be an exciting, oh my god, I can't believe the special effects kind of videos. I'm not going to say the things people want to hear. I'm going to say what I believe in. And that's why I've stuck to my guns since I started making videos, even back with my old channel, back since 2011 with Barn on 11967. I've always said that I've maintained physical silver long term. I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to flip-flop. So I know people want that roller coaster ride. And I know it's exciting, but in the end, it's just a ride. So be patient, think long-term, and realize why you did this. And don't let emotion into play, because you'll always make the wrong decision. I had to learn that. Hope you do too. Alright guys, keep stacking. If you don't like silver, hey, that's wonderful. Don't watch these videos. If you really like it, and you're doing it for the reasons that I am, protection and storage of your wealth, then you're not worried about it happening tomorrow. Because every day it doesn't happen is another day you can continue to add more to your position. And in the long run, you'll be very happy that you did. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and as always, thank you for watching my video. Enjoy your day, enjoy your night, enjoy that slice of pizza you're about to put in your mouth. Peace.